Welcome to a closer look inside KinderTEK. In this webinar, you will learn how KinderTEK focuses on critical content that is fully aligned with the Common Core state standards for whole number domains in kindergarten mathematics, and how the core standards are organized within the app. We will demonstrate how KinderTEK individualizes instruction within and across math activities to meet each student's unique needs, and why KinderTEK can look and feel very different when used by different students or for different instructional purposes. We will close by showing you why students have so much fun using KinderTEK. KinderTEK is aligned with the Common Core state standards for whole number domains in kindergarten. Lessons address standards in counting and cardinality, operations in algebraic thinking, and numbers and operations in base 10. The KinderTEK app uses a world map to organize the math content. Each continent represents a cluster of standards linked to lessons designed to teach these standards. When KinderTEK is in exploration or guess mode, the world map can be used to navigate to various lessons. Select a continent and you'll see the learning activities available. Let's take a closer look at the activities in each continent. Handouts of this information can be downloaded from the webinar site for your reference. Activities in Africa include counting, identifying and sequencing numbers, and writing numbers. Each activity lists the Common Core state standard, the icon and the activity name used in the app, and a teacher-friendly description of the lesson objective. Notice that many of the activities begin with easier numbers, such as sequencing numbers 1 to 10, and then repeat with more difficult numbers, such as sequencing numbers 11 to 20. Some students will be working in the easier number range, while other students may be working in the more difficult number range. In South America, color-coded in orange, activities include recognizing numbers and using number models, such as number lines, 10 frames, and base 10 block models. In Australia, color-coded yellow, activities teach quantity discrimination of more, less, and equal. These concepts are developed using a variety of strategies, such as counting, the number line, and 10-frame models. Standards for numbers in base 10 can be found in Antarctica, color-coded in blue. In these lessons, students use base 10 block models to represent teen numbers. Lastly, operations in algebraic thinking standards, which include adding and subtracting, can be found in Asia, color-coded purple. Notice how the addition and subtraction activities begin at a conceptual level by providing items for students to count to solve problems. And as students move through these lessons, they solve problems with numbers only, demonstrating fluency with addition and subtraction within 5. As you can see, KinderTEK activities are systematically sequenced within each continent from easy to more difficult skills. Across these activities, KinderTEK provides scaffolds to build conceptual understanding and help students develop fluency in abstract thinking. For example, to teach quantity discrimination, students start with concrete representations by comparing and counting footprints. Students then compare quantities using number models such as 10 frames. After students demonstrate proficiency with the concept, visual supports are removed and students are given 2 numerals only, without models, to determine which number is more and which is less. Another example of fostering the development of abstract mathematical thinking is shown here. Students begin solving addition and subtraction equations supported by a visual sequence of events, such as 3 frogs on a log joined by 2 more frogs. Students can count the total number of frogs to determine the answer. When students master this conceptual understanding of what it means to add and subtract, they then solve problems without the support of the picture models. With so many activities to choose from, how does KinderTEK know where to start and how to individualize and adjust instruction for each student? Let's take a closer look inside KinderTEK for a better understanding of how the app does just that. First, each student has a unique, easy-to-remember login. This allows the app to track which activities students are working on and which activities have been mastered. Once students log on to KinderTEK, and prior to beginning each new activity, they take an activity pretest. The guide provides a brief demonstration of an activity followed by a set of tasks for the student to complete. If the student demonstrates proficiency on an objective, they move on to the next activity in the sequence. If they cannot successfully complete the tasks, KinderTEK identifies the activity as an instructional objective for the student. Once the activity has been designated as an instructional objective, the guide again demonstrates what to do, then students participate in guided learning and practice. During this time, the guide provides scaffolded instruction, prompts the student to take part in solving math problems, and provides positive and corrective feedback as needed. When students demonstrate proficiency, they move to the activity test. During the test, students complete a series of tasks with no assistance from the guide and minimal feedback. If the student is successful, they earn a reward for mastering the activity. They then move on to the next activity in the sequence, starting with the pretest. If students are unsuccessful during the test, they go back to the guided learning and practice and their next KinderTEK session. As we'll discuss later, students encounter a variety of activities during each KinderTEK session, so they stay motivated even if they revisit an activity across multiple sessions. In this video, you will see an example of a counting activity beginning with the pretest to determine what the student can do and what they still need to learn, followed by the demonstration, guided learning and practice, and test phases. During the guided practice, you'll see a range of scaffolds linked to the types of errors students may make to help them successfully complete the task.
Count the butterflies and select the matching number. Touch and count each butterfly. Oops! There are 4 butterflies. Watch me count the butterflies and select the matching number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. There are 5 butterflies. Count the butterflies and select the matching number. Touch and count each butterfly. Oops! There are 3 butterflies. Count the butterflies. Touch and count each butterfly. Now select the number from the number line. Oops! There are 3 butterflies. Count the butterflies. Touch and count each butterfly. Now select the number from the number line. Oops! There are 2 butterflies. Count the butterflies. Touch and count each butterfly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now select the number from the number line. There are 8 butterflies. Count the butterflies and select the matching number. There are 3 butterflies.
As you saw in the video, each KinderTEK activity offers rich opportunities for student practice. The app uses carefully selected instructional examples and includes a range of sequence and randomized problems. The KinderTEK guide provides positive, reinforcing feedback on what students did correctly and corrective feedback when students make errors, guiding students to the correct response. A major motivation for KinderTEK's individualized learning experience was to give students a safe place to learn and practice math. Students can work on the skills they need even if the rest of the class has mastered them. Mistakes can be made privately, and students can take as long as they need to master each skill and concept. After students engage in extensive practice in newly learned strategies and skills, these mastered activities become part of the cumulative review activities. This encourages students to maintain mastered skills as new skills are being acquired. Every KinderTEK session will be a unique experience for each learner in your classroom. Specific student responses in the lesson and overall performance will determine which items, scaffolds, or activities the student should receive next. Students work on 2 or more different activities in every time session to assure a high level of interest and engagement. Students are provided with reward time at the end of their KinderTEK session and can choose from several reinforcing activities. In addition, teachers can change settings for session time, mode, structure, and support at any time to maximize the value of each student's KinderTEK experience. Teachers determine how students use KinderTEK by choosing one of 5 different instructional modes. Sequence mode is the default option. There are over 50 sequenced activities designed to maximize student success. Most teachers start out with this mode for their class. KinderTEK will begin each activity with a pretest to determine whether to begin instruction or to move on to another activity in the sequence if the student demonstrates proficiency. Teachers have a choice of additional instructional modes: directed, exploration, screening, and guess mode. Directed mode presents a sequence of activities within 1 or 2 content areas selected by the teacher. Exploration mode allows students to select which activities they want to work on, for how long, and when to visit the activity and reward center. Screening mode is an assessment-only mode. Each activity is presented as a test and provides no instruction. Guess mode functions like exploration mode with the exception that data isn't collected or linked to any particular user. Here are examples of 4 different student sessions. Students A and B experience 15-minute sequence sessions. Each student engages in different activities, and the teacher has provided student B with an additional reward activity center time mid-session. Student C is using a sequence 10-minute session with reward activity center time at the end of the session. Student D is using KinderTEK in exploration mode. This is not a timed mode. The student chooses their own activity and can stay or leave whenever they wish. They are not required to complete activities. When leaving an activity, progress is saved and the next activity is suggested, but students are free to select their own activity. This student chose 3 different activities, then visited the activity center to play the matching game, put together a puzzle, and then selected a 4th activity before leaving the session. Now that you have a better idea how KinderTEK works, let's look at it from a student's point of view. Our students tell us that KinderTEK is fun. The KinderTEK Guide builds motivation and engages students with frequent verbal praise. During KinderTEK sessions, students earn stickers, pictures, and badges for printable scrapbook pages. Progress indicators include a countdown timer, icons showing the number of stickers earned, a progress path, and a scrapbook page showing activities they've unlocked. Many of these motivational features can be adjusted and customized by the teacher to address individual students' needs. At the end of each KinderTEK session, students spend time in the Activity Center and can choose various reward options, including spending time in their scrapbook, completing a puzzle, or playing a matching game. But the most important way KinderTEK motivates students is by helping them be successful so that they want to keep learning. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about how KinderTEK is aligned with the Common Core State Standards, continually adjusts to each student needs, and how it motivates students to improve their math skills. Check out our other webinars, videos, and resources, or contact us if you have questions.